Hello and welcome to Horizons, episode 58 review. Straight to Medali and Dot wants to take on her implementation test. However, they get pulled into helping a restaurant where a Kingambit scares them with its loudness. So the owners offer them a meal to make up for it, and this is a struggling restaurant. This Kingambit is great. Look at the Pokedex and see it's a very forceful Pokemon, so play it up with it being too strong for things like gently putting a plate down or opening a door. Its personality makes it seem like outly intimidating, even though it's a friendly little guy. I think having a Pokemon like that makes up for what I felt was like a mostly average sort of episode. Like, it feels like an episode that exists just to show off Kingambit rather than being vital to the story, and add a little bit more downtime between action. So if I don't enjoy seeing Kingambit, this episode falls flat. To that extent, the old couple in this episode is a blast to watch too. You can tell they care about each other even when they bicker, and Kingambit is kind of like they're in between. Where Kingambit excels is making noodles. Even though a restaurant hasn't anything like meal, which is whatever they can be put into it, the highlight is the noodles. And the kids get pulled into helping as Tinkertink has destroyed their griddle. So yeah, the kids do their thing. Dot gets a new griddle with the help of Tinkertink, watching the iron, and Quaxley having to stop it before destroying it. Kingambit makes a kid cry by being Kingambit, and Quaxley cheers him up and draws a crowd. It's nice stuff to see. I really like how Kingambit's owner also realised that Kingambit is feeling down. The kids and their Pokemon are doing well in working at a restaurant, and he's realised that Kingambit feels bad for the first time in all the time we've known each other, where things that have changed aren't really a problem, but it's how they want to get Kingambit happy again. No customers seem too interested in coming back after one service, and Dot kind of applies her streamer mindset about what would bring people back to her stream. In this case, the anything meal is just a bit of anything, you know? Nothing stands out, and they need a unique selling point. And Dot realised that it's the udon noodles that Kingambit's making, needing to be taken on its own. Then suddenly Onyx walks in, misunderstanding Kingambit, and Quaxley bumps into him, making Onyx want to fight, and Dot gets Kingambit to go back and make noodles for lunch service and goes to battle Onyx. It's just using it as a chance to draw the public's attention again. Dot's not really fighting too intently, and Onyx is just laser focused on thinking how this is a serious match. I really enjoy that we have Onyx in this sort of casual situation that I've had Sango in before. You know, you put this on-and-bound man in this kind of casual situation. It's fantastic. Also, his fit goes insane. But yeah, Kingambit gets the noodles ready and they draw a crowd. And Dot ends the battle. Again confusing Onyx, but he's hungry. He goes for a scran with everyone else, and the restaurant ends up thriving. Kingambit is back to keeping the couple happy, and we find out that Larry was dining there, and Dot realizes he leaves. So this was a nice episode. It doesn't really feel super necessary. As I said earlier, it feels like this is just the kind of episode that exists to have a reason to show Kingambit. But you know what, they had a good setup for it, and it's quite nice seeing how vital Pokemon can be to a business in the Pokemon world. That's always a good time. It was a unique talent that Kingambit had that helped with anything Eatery stand out and have a chance to compete against a Treasure Eatery. It definitely feels like Dot had to be the one getting focused here with Urk playing back against Larry. And part of me does wonder if it had been better to tie Tinkertink in a bit more, as she's a very one note and has no battle experience. Giving her a little bit here and there, and being able to have dazzling moments to help advertise the Eatery in the same way that Quaxley did here would have made their role feel a bit more fulfilling. But overall, it's a solid episode. Nothing special, but it's just a good time.